In Northeast Asia, a small isolated nation stands defiant against a global superpower, the United States. That nation is North Korea. Despite the United States' military and economic might, North Korea shows little fear. Why? Let's explore the historical, military, and geopolitical factors behind this bold stance. The Korean War, from 1950 to 1953, was a defining moment. The United States, leading a UN coalition, supported South Korea against North Korea's invasion. American planes dropped 635,000 tons of explosives on North Korea, more than in the Pacific theater of World War II, including 32,000 tons of napalm. The war killed nearly 3 million people, including 1 million South Korean civilians and a significant portion of North Korea's population. This devastation left deep scars, fueling resentment. North Korea's propaganda calls the United States bombing the original sin, justifying a permanent state of emergency. Yet surviving this onslaught instilled resilience, shaping North Korea's defiance today. The war ended in an armistice, not a peace treaty, so the two nations remain technically at war. North Korea's nuclear arsenal is a cornerstone of its confidence. Since its first nuclear test in 2006, it has conducted 6 tests, the latest in 2017, and developed ICBMs capable of striking the United States mainland. In 2017, United States analysts confirmed North Korea could produce missile-ready nuclear weapons. Kim Jong-un has emphasized strong nuclear deterrence against United States threats, as seen in his 2024 missile base visits. North Korea's policy is clear: nuclear weapons are for defense, but it may punish preemptively if attacked. This mutually assured destruction dynamic deters United States military action, reducing North Korea's fear. China's support is a critical factor. During the Korean War, China sent hundreds of thousands of troops to aid North Korea, preventing a United States-led victory. Today, China remains North Korea's primary ally, providing economic aid, trade, and diplomatic support at the UN. In 2024, China's trade with North Korea, despite sanctions, bolstered Kim Jong-un's regime. This alliance with a nuclear-armed superpower reassures North Korea that United States aggression would risk Chinese intervention, a scenario the United States avoids. Inside North Korea, the Kim regime uses anti-US propaganda to unify its people. The US is portrayed as an imperialist enemy, with state media calling American leaders derogatory names like "monkey for Obama" in 2014. This narrative justifies militarization and nuclear development as defense against US aggression. In 2023, 800,000 citizens reportedly signed up for military service to fight the US, showing propaganda's power. By framing the US as a threat, the regime turns fear into defiance, bolstering its domestic control. North Korea's location makes it a geopolitical linchpin. Bordering China and Russia, and near South Korea and Japan, US allies, any conflict risks destabilizing the region. A North Korean nuclear attack, even small-scale, could disrupt the Indo-Pacific, endangering millions. This leverage forces the US to act cautiously, as seen in past incidents like the 1969 EC-121 shootdown, where the US avoided retaliation to prevent escalation with China and the Soviet Union. North Korea exploits this dynamic to stand firm. For decades, the US has led sanctions to pressure North Korea's nuclear program, starting with the Trading with the Enemy Act. Yet, North Korea has adapted through illicit activities like cybercrime, smuggling, and labor exports. In 2024, its trade with China and Russia undermined sanctions' impact. This resilience reduces the US's economic leverage, making sanctions less intimidating and reinforcing North Korea's defiance. US policy shifts also play a role. In 2017, President Trump threatened fire and fury and to totally destroy North Korea, but Kim Jong-un dismissed him as mentally deranged. Summits in 2018 and 2019 followed, but North Korea later called US efforts hypocritical. These inconsistencies may signal to North Korea that US threats lack follow-through, reducing fear. In 2024, North Korea adopted a hardline anti-US strategy, condemning US alliances as an aggressive nuclear bloc. While the US is a military superpower, North Korea's nuclear arsenal, Chinese alliance, propaganda, strategic position, Sanctions resilience and perception of U.S. inconsistencies foster its lack of fear. This doesn't mean North Korea seeks conflict, it remains cautious, but it has built a framework to resist U.S. pressure. Understanding these dynamics is key to grasping this complex relationship. Thank you for watching. Follow your channel name for more.